Hey babes, I'm Miss Mila Rose, and today I am cosplaying as Dark Magician Girl from Yugioh. It's been so long since I watched Yugioh, so this is definitely a really big throwback for me. And Dark Magician Girl really doesn't have many scenes, so we're just gonna have to use our imagination here. I'm sure you're good at that. Dark Magician Girl was a Twitter poll vote winner, and actually was not fan requested. I just added her to the list, and she happened to win the votes. One reason why I added her to the vote is because she has such an iconic look, and she is quite popular, and most people know who Dark Magician Girl is. The second reason why I added her to the list is because her costume is actually very reasonably affordable on Amazon. So let's get right into this costume. This costume was only 2 purchases: the wig and the outfit, which has so many pieces to it, and it takes a little bit of time to get everything on, but it works out pretty well. There's the bodysuit top, which comes with this, and then it actually has a zipper right here, and it's kind of hard to put it on if you don't have this zipper, but this zipper goes all the way up and down the side here. It's pretty hidden, so you don't really know what's there, but it's a great mechanic to be able to wear this costume and disguise that side piece. There's this decorative piece right here, which is attached by a pin. It actually did come off and I had to reattach it. The other thing that came off that I had to reattach were the clips for her hat. And her hat is pretty decent quality aside from the clips. One thing about the clips that I didn't like is that the clips were actually facing this way. So you clip through the hair going this way, and I do not like that. I like to be able to put it on clipping it this way. So when the clips came off, I was like kind of happy. And then I just ripped the other one off and I glued them so that I could get the hat clipping onto my wig going this way. If I'm not clipping it directly to the wig cap, it's not gonna stay because the hair of the wig will not hold it in place. The gloves. You probably saw me putting on these gloves, but the strap that it comes with, which is an elastic band to get them to hold like they're supposed to, I actually had to double loop them because otherwise it would have been too loose and it wouldn't have held onto my arm. And then the other thing is that because it's so tight, it's actually actively cutting off my circulation. So once the gloves comes off, I will have a red mark for some time on my arms. So that is one drawback, but that's just the price you pay when you're cosplaying as Dark Magician Girl. Then there's the neck piece, there's the skirts, and I don't know if you can see these, but the boots, which are more like decorative socks. But hey, they work. Overall, this costume is really good quality, aside from, again, a couple pieces that kept on falling off. Luckily, a hot glue gun is all that you need to get them attached in the right places. I can't remember who was selling this. It might have been Microcause. They do have a lot of costumes that I purchased on Amazon, but I did get this one on Amazon. The wig was super easy to work with. It is a little bit of a cheaper quality. I can tell that the cap itself is not as high quality as a lot of other wigs that I get. It doesn't even have like the little pieces that kind of go where your sideburns would be, and that kind of makes it harder for the wig to actually stay on. The hat pulls it back, and then there's no leverage for the wig to stay forward. So I do have to constantly find myself adjusting the wig so it's not being pulled too back, so then the whole wig is going to come off my head. However, I didn't have to trim this wig too much. Very minimal amount of work went into this wig, a slight trim down the center. I didn't mess this wig up at all. I didn't really have the opportunity to. I believe before I trimmed it, it was coming closer to the length of my lips. It's way too long and unmanageable, and so I had to trim it a little bit, and then I had to branch out my bangs to the sides here, pulling a middle piece to the center. And of course, whenever I'm working with a wig that has hair on the bangs that are longer than the eyes, it can sometimes get little hairs in the eyes, and then it makes it so hard to see, and you're like flickering your eye like this. So I'm constantly having to readjust the bangs so that I can see and not be in pain. But again, just a little bit of pain to be able to cosplay as Dark Magician Girl. Overall though, despite this wig being cheap, I think it looks great. It's in decent condition and I can work with it just fine. Here is what it looks like from the back and then the front. The one thing that I wish that I had to add to this costume to complete it is her iconic wand. It's in so many of her photos, which I didn't even quite realize until I started hunting down photos of her so that I can recreate her looks in the photo shoot that I am going to be doing right after this YouTube video. Unfortunately, usually buying prop items like wands and weapons can be extremely expensive. I usually find these items for like upwards to $100, $200. So making them would be a lot cheaper, but it's also so much work and time, which I really wasn't gonna go all out for Dark Magician Girl. She is not really a passion project of mine. So Dark Magician Girl is definitely not one of my favorite cosplays that I've done, but I've definitely been enjoying her. It's been very easy to work with her cosplay in comparison to some other cosplays that I've done in the past. So it is pretty refreshing to have something a little bit more simple. Role-playing as her is relatively easy, and creating dynamic looks in photos is also pretty easy. I'm so excited for that photo shoot that I have coming up. And of course, as always, you babes get to have an exclusive viewing of the photo shoot and the behind the scenes of that photo shoot. So stay tuned for that photo shoot right now. Noticed, but I have a completely brand new backdrop. I actually have a few that I will be working with over the next several months, and I'm so happy to have a little bit of a change up because for so long I was using a white wall, and then I was using a black sheet, and then I was using a white screen, and now I have a very beautiful pink, which actually goes so well for Dark Magician Girl's character. It's stunning against her outfit. I'm loving my floral candlelit backdrop piece in the corner, and you guys can't really see from this angle, but I do have a fluffy white carpet on the ground, which really adds to this look. And sometimes I will move a piece of my couch here as well and throw a blanket and pillows on it, and it really just adds to the aesthetic of this backdrop. I am so happy with how this turned out. I also have hanging flowers that I'll sometimes put too. I haven't played with them yet, but I just got some fairy lights. So many investments have been going into my new backdrops that I think will really bring my cosplays to life, give some extra color, some oomph, and I'm so excited for how everything's going to be turning out. I'm enjoying this atmosphere so much more, and I hope you enjoy it as well, because I'm here to entertain you with all of my weebie cosplay adventures. So with that being said, I hope you babes really enjoyed today's cosplay with Dark Magician Girl from the anime Yu-Gi-Oh! I am beyond excited to film my next cosplay, which is going to be featuring Makima from Chainsaw Man, and then the one after her is finally going to be Kyoko Kirigiri from Danganronpa. And I know I've been teasing her for quite a while. I actually obtained her cosplay around last winter, fall, and I'm finally going to be doing her cosplay coming this spring. So I'm so excited for you babes to see all of that. I did have a new costume come in, and this one is for Miss Fortune from League of Legends. And you can see the try on over on my Instagram, which is at Miss Mila Rose _. Well, that's it for me as Dark Magician Girl. Thank you so much for tuning in with me, and I hope to see you babes again really soon for my next cosplay video. Bye for now, till next time.